Welcome to Commander Mode. The screen you're looking at may seem unfamiliar or just look like a large version of your minimap if you've been playing Battlefield 4, and may seem a little intimidating at first glance. This is the command screen for Battlefield 4's Commander Mode. Since there isn't very much information describing what to do when you first elect to be a commander, I'll share with you some of the things I've learned through my trial and error. First, we'll cover the basics. How to become a commander. There are currently two ways to become a commander. The first is from the Battlelog server selection screen. Just click the server you want to join and hit the Join as Commander button here. The second is when you are already in game. If your team needs a commander and you feel you're up to it, just go to the menu and select Team Setup, and you will see a button for squads and commander at the top of your screen. Select commander and hit Take Command. If the slot is taken, you may vote to mutiny against the commander and kick him from his position. Squad leaders may vote against the commander from this screen. This is not advisable unless you plan on taking command yourself, as even a novice commander can provide some very helpful tools. Next up, tool selection and moving around the battlefield. On the PC, you may exclusively use the mouse to control the battlefield. Left click will select units on your screen and track them. If this is a squad, it will highlight the squad members on your screen and allow you to see where they are on the map easier. Holding left click will allow you to pan across the battlefield, assuming you're zoomed in. You can do this by using the scroll wheel on your mouse. Right clicking will bring up the tool selection menu. You may use tools on open space or squad leaders, and in some cases on enemy units. If an enemy player racks up a 6-kill streak, you may mark them for your team as a high-valued target, displaying them on the map and heads-up display for all to see. If they're killed, you get points. We'll talk about what that means in a moment. Commander tools. Once you're on the command screen, we can go over the tools at your disposal. You'll have two types of tools to choose from. Team assets, which are based on the points you control, and squad assets, which are benefits you can grant your individual squads. The team assets can be game-changing and therefore are very important to take note of. These are bonuses that you, as the commander, can directly administer to the battlefield for your team. There are three basic team assets that you will have by default: the Scan Unmanned Aerial Vehicle, the Electromagnetic Pulse UAV, and the Evac Order. These will be your primary tools as they deploy instantaneously and have shorter cooldowns than the other tools you will get. Focus on these first. The Scan UAV will circle a selected area, which can be open terrain or even a specific squad leader, and provide a constant scan for the duration, tracking all troops and vehicles that pass into the radius. Every time a team member destroys an enemy unit in this radius, you will get points. The points you accumulate feed into your squad assets and can be used to assist your squads on the battlefield. We'll talk about those in a moment. The second basic team asset is the EMP UAV. This is used to kill radio transmissions for the enemy team and is generally used to counter enemy scan UAV, but can be used to cover your troops as they cross open ground. The EMP UAV can also be used to deactivate cruise missiles before they hit their intended target. To do this, simply activate your EMP over the targeted area that the enemy has designated before the cruise missile hits. If a team member destroys an enemy unit within the EMP radius, you will get more points. The last basic team asset we have is the Evac Order, which I haven't seen used much. This is designed to let your teammates know there's an incoming cruise missile in the area and that they should fall back to a safe distance until it hits. Another way you can use this is to attempt to force your team out of a specific location for a short period of time. This can help keep your squads near cover if you see them running towards an avoidable death, or delay a push on a control point. You may also use it to annoy pesky campers who are not playing the objective. You will gain points every time you use this tool. The other team assets that you will get are based on your control points and are designated at the top left portion of your screen. This includes, but is not limited to, the cruise missile, the gunship, armor, and infantry scans. Each of these are attainable only if the squads you are commanding capture the designated control point. The armor and infantry scans are pretty self-explanatory, as they'll passively scan the battlefield for armor or infantry units for your team, while the cruise missile and the gunship are a little more complicated. The cruise missile is usable as the commander and can be administered anywhere on the battlefield to aid your team, while the gunship is only spawned by the commander and is usable by your team. They must spawn in it and use the guns available to them on the gunship to help attack or defend the control points. Next, we'll talk about the commander's relationship to the squad leaders under his command. While it's not necessary to have a microphone to communicate vocally, it is recommended as most matches move very quickly. Unfortunately, you can only use voice chat with the squad you have selected. You may select the squad leader directly from the map or select specific squads from the list on the right of your screen. Every squad available to you will show up there. The squad assets work a lot like the perk system. They will become available to you as you gain points. There's one major difference. As you use an asset, it will consume it and it will be unavailable to you until you gain more points. You will see your squad asset bar move right and left as you gain points and use squad assets. This creates a symbiotic relationship between the commander and the squad leaders. As your squads participate with your orders, the more they are rewarded. There are 4 basic squad assets available to you. The first is the squad promotion. This will instantly promote all members in the designated squad and give them the next perk in the progression they have chosen. This is useful for empowering squads that have been wiped out or giving veteran squads the last perk they need to be completely effective. The second is the supply drop. This can be dropped directly on a squad leader or on open terrain anywhere on the map. This is useful for resupplying squads that have recently taken an objective or assisting a squad that is pinned down. The third asset available is the flash spawn. This will temporarily shorten the respawn time for all squad members for the duration. This can be used to empower an assault or defense of a control point, allowing squad members to quickly spawn in if they are killed in action. The last squad asset is the vehicle drop. This works like the supply drop, but grants the team an extra transport vehicle in the designated location. This can be used to quickly move up to 2 squad leaders out of a sticky situation or to a contested control point. Its usefulness is limited, however, as the vehicle it drops seems to always be a quad bike, which is unarmored and has no weapons available to it. Hopefully we will see a change in this in the future, as it takes a lot of accumulated points to get to this asset. My recommendation is to find the squads that want to work with you and focus on them, as they will reward you with the most points and therefore allow you to help them. Stay alert and communicate as much as you can with your squad leaders. Commanding is not always easy, and the biggest challenge I've experienced is finding squads that will follow orders. Good luck out there, and remember to have fun. It's a game after all. If you have any questions or want a follow-up video to explain any details I've left out, hit the like button and leave a comment with your request. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Adios.